Have a good one, lads.
Right, we're back for the heavyweights sequel, co-main event this time. David Adeleye versus Jeamie Tshikeva, boys. British Championship on the line. Fabio Wardley vacated. Looks like he's going to fight at Liam's favourite ground, Portman Road, for the WBA regular against Mr. Pulev. But the co-main was meant to be a Coley Riatpur before it fell off, boys. I was looking forward to that a little bit more than this, but look, a fight's a fight, isn't it? The heavyweights tend to always be exciting, but I think personally, and I'll leave who I think it'll be to, I think this will be quite one-sided, in all honesty. TKV's obviously a boxer fighter. He's been playing his trade over on Sky, so he's he's fighting on the Queensberry card as a boxer fighter, which is good to see. Adeleye, big win over Dakers last time out, wasn't it? After Wardley flattened him for the British title in Saudi. What do you think, boys? I'm not overly enthused about the matchup, if I'm being completely honest. But any of you looking forward to it? Or
it's a sidestep. I mean, it's not a. I don't know how TKV's got a British title shot. First and foremost, I think Adeleye, you could probably say he's boxed way better.
He won the English, didn't he? Was it the English last time against?
So it's natural progression. Yeah. But TKV hasn't boxed anybody. I think he's got a loss against a journeyman, hasn't he?
He beat the was it Webster last time out, who Dakers fought twice.
Yeah,
he has lost though. He got knocked out by Macedo, Igor Macedo, who's 13-1, a Brazilian guy who's boxed nobody. I don't anticipate this being a good fight. I don't believe Adelaye's that good, and he's a little bit better now. He's with Adam Booth, isn't he? So his movement's a little bit better, but he's stiff as a board. Thinks he's better than he is. I mean, he was beckoning Fabio Wardley on when he was on his back and telling me he was shit.
Yeah. That was just sticking his tongue out and all, wasn't it? Yeah.
Telling me he was shit while he was on his back, dribbling and that. So look, I just believe that there are levels between the two, very similar to when he boxed Sol Dakers. I know we seem to get stuck into Sol on this channel, but it is what it is. His record speaks for itself.
It's Luca. It's Luca who's got the.
I've got no dog in the fight, but look, it's not a step up for me. It's not a proper British title fight. It feels as though it's a title fight that's been hurriedly thrown together with the two or an opponent that they can get for Adeleye. Adeleye is the one that they can. He sells a lot of tickets. I think TKV sells a lot of tickets as well, so it's probably for that. But yeah, it's not a British title fight purely on merit for both parties for me, and I think it is going to be a one-sided fight.
As an English title fight, I was quite happy with it. I thought it was a good first defense for Adeleye for only his second outing with Adam Booth. TKV, having sat in an arena and watched him fight, I've actually never seen a more boring heavyweight. He just can't seem to entertain anyone. It was quite a difficult 6 rounds sitting through before. But look, this is very similar to the Dakers fight for Adeleye. He will deal with TKV however he wants. If he can land in the first round, it may end in the first. If it takes him a few rounds, it takes him a few rounds. I don't see this, like Jay said, as being a step up. It's on the same level as Dakers. I actually think Dakers and TKV would be a semi-competitive fight because they're both limited.
Yeah.
But that's, more talking about them. British Border Control don't want their belt vacant, do they? Wardley's vacated it 3 weeks ago for what's coming next. So they've decided to put it onto this card, haven't they? That's what they've done. Whether we think it should be on it or not, it's just the British title. The only good, at least they haven't added the Commonwealth to it as well. If this was for a British and Commonwealth belt, I'd be kind of a bit not sure how I feel about that. But Adeleye, however he wants, mate, don't. Adeleye, however he wants inside the first 4 for me, really. Don't see it being a competitive fight.
Yeah, look, I'm exactly the same. I've predicted 4 or 5 rounds. I think I'm being a little bit generous, but the only reason I'm saying that is because I think TKV will probably come in with some negative tactics and probably off the back of the wariness after the Dacres fight where he got caught cold, but I think that was always going to be the outcome. But he knocked him out early, didn't he, Adeleye? So I think there'll be a bit of apprehension on the TKV side. Look, as Jay said, he's lost. He's 8-1. I think he is TKV, but I've not seen anything in him. It could be in some fun fights with that kind of level that we're talking about, maybe Dacres and Webster and those kind of people. I think Adelaye's, especially like you say now with Adam Booth, he has got some talent in there. Adeleye has, to be fair. Fabio's a good fighter. He's only lost to Fabio Wardley, and granted, he hasn't exactly like he's fought a large plethora of fighters, has he? But I think he could be decent. He's not going to be a world champion or anything like that. We could be in some fun fights, and he hits hard. And at the end of the day, when you're a heavyweight and you bang, you're going to be in fun fights. But yeah, 4 or 5 rounds for me, boys. David Adeleye.
Same, yeah. I don't see it going past 6 rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if Adeleye got him out of there within the first 2.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be a surprise in the slightest.
I think the first time he cracks him properly, I think TKV will crumble. So I don't anticipate this going past 6 rounds. Look, we are not trying to piss every single British heavyweight off. It may sound like a certain level of heavyweights getting a lot of stick from us. I'm trying to piss any fighter off. I don't give a shit. I'm joking. I just don't think TKV deserves a British title shot. I know it's lean, slim pickings, but I think there are other fighters out there that would potentially deserve a British title fight. So I think we'll see that there are levels within the division. I think Adeleye is sort of one of the best of the rest domestically.
Yeah.
Makes any sense? He's not at the level yet. But look, I think he has got the ability, if he listens to his coach and boxes to instructions, that, he could certainly challenge for a belt and get European even, or, win the Lonsdale outright. I know I was giving him some stick, but ultimately he has only lost to Fabio Wardley, who is on a tear now and at world level, or certainly fringe world level. So we've got to respect him for that. But I think this will be an easy night's work for him.
Yeah. I think Adam Booth is a massive game changer for Adeleye. I think having him in his corner and the fact they've now gone through near enough a year together is a massive boost for him. I think Adam Booth has, if you can get the right type of fighter and get them to box in how he wants them to box, they only get better the more performances they have under him. So
I don't think Adam would have took him on as well. I don't think Adam's the kind of guy that just does things for a wage. He's not. Yeah. He loves the game, and I don't think he'd waste his time and sort of embarrass himself, if that makes any sense. So he must see something in, because he's always got a small stable. He's had the likes of Groves and Ryan Burnett and Josh Kelly and stuff like that, and David A. He never has a massive stable. He only has a few fighters that he works with, and Richard Towers and people like that.
Yeah.
So, he's seen something in him, and as I say, if he can box 2 orders and keep his temper and his temperament under wraps, then we could see a decent heavyweight. But Saturday night will be an easy night's work for him.
Yeah, look, he picks up the British title, and then hopefully they can look towards winner of Fisher Allen rematch, or even Fraser Clark once he's had Tete and maybe another fight kind of thing. That's where we want to see Adelaye's message move towards. No offense to TKV, but this is
I think that's a fair point. We'll all look very silly on Sunday morning if TKV wins now, because we've been pretty defiant with what we said. What were you saying, Jay? Sorry,
nothing. I don't want to repeat it in case TKV hears what I said.
Right, we'll leave it there then. My apologies, Mr. TKV. Right, I think Adelaide's going to win. We'll see you in a minute for the main event from Vegas. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.